Hey guys, what's up? It's Lina here with another review for Eye Candy. This episode aired on yesterday, Monday, and I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. A lot of crazy stuff happened on this episode. It was really crazy. It actually took a little bit focus away from the serial killer guy that was harassing Lindy and focused on another story, which I thought was pretty cool. And I thought that I liked the way they had Lindy interact with the teenager in this episode, and like gave an insight, a better insight on like the teen, like the young adult world, you know. So I'm gonna start off what happened. What happened was, I'm reading from paper here, so I'm doing like that. What happened was, so it started off with these kids, and this girl rented a party bus, and they was partying on it because they just graduated from high school, and it was these kids, it was like the typical kid, like when the jock, like the other girl, but the jock already dated another that same girl. It was like all that. Then it was like the one guy that was like an outcast and all that, and it was like, why is he here and all that. So anyway, they was partying and all that, and all of a sudden, the next day, the boy that was like, his name was Max. He was like the outcast. He woke up in the party bus abandoned somewhere with blood all over him. So and the other kids are missing. And then the main girl that rented the bus, Amy, she was missing too. So now they're trying to figure out where all the kids in them. So I was like, oh shoot, something's about to happen. And then after that, what happened? Dang, I'm trying to see what happened. After that, yeah, the kid come in and he talked to Lindy and all that, and she tell him, they got they talking, no, oh, they at the police station, not at the police station, they was at the police station and stuff, and then they was saying that, how Lindy actually needs to talk to the boy. So then they talk, and she gave him his phone back. Then he started texting Amy, like, he's like, Amy, where are you? And then they go to the scene where Amy, and her phone is sitting on top of her chest, and she's like in water, drowned, and like her head is all bloody and all that. So that she's dead, because that's her body, but he don't know she's dead yet. So then they said yeah, so then they said they found out. Then the police officer, they found out that she's dead, and they found out that Amy died, and they found her body and everything, and then they found like a GoPro camera with her, and they trying to find out where that GoPro camera come from. Come to find out, the GoPro camera was the camera that the driver had set up in the van, because every time he used that camera, he liked to tape the party bus, the kids on the party, whoever come on the party bus, he liked to tape them and post them on this website he got for wild party buses or whatever. So that's why she had that GoPro camera on there, because she was actually using that camera to tape herself too while she was walking around and stuff. And I was like, what's going on? And then when I watched it later on, it all clicked to me. But I'll tell y'all what happened. I don't spoil it, but even though y'all watch this, it's like a review anyway. So anyways, lady took blah 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 blah. Then Lindy told Max that his friend died, and he was upset, and Tommy the detective, he thought that Max was the one that killed her, maybe, and Lindy didn't think that, because Lindy felt like they was probably really real friends, because she was using their social media to put together what happened that night, and she was like reminiscing, like actually putting herself like in a feeling like if she was there, and like she actually figured the whole thing out by just going to their social media, because they post pictures like every day, and like it's easy for them to get stalked and all that. It's like really easy to get stalked. So like, guys, don't put all your stuff out there, because like somebody might be trying to find you and all that, and that's dangerous. A little PSA for y'all. Anyways, then yeah, so then they go and look at video from one of the cameras, and they got a psychic that came on, and so the psychic was telling the kid's fortune. One of the kids' fortune was, she was like, your father is dead. Then he was like, how she know that? And it's like, I don't know. Then the other girl got a fortune saying that the guy sitting next to her liked her, and he did, but they know they was never gonna get together. So then She was reading Amy's fortune, and she was just playing along. She was just telling a story that Amy wanted her to tell because she wanted to freak her friends out. So then she was like, and at first I thought she was really spazzing, but then after that she gave her money for just doing that. And so then they showed at the end of it, she told Amy, she was like, wait, stay away from water. Stay away from water. And Amy was talking to Max, and she was like, why she say stay away from water? And she's like, I don't know what's wrong with her. And then it was a question and the psychic, and she was like, she should have listened. And she was like, do tell stories, but I do fortunes. I do fortunes. I do fortunes. Fortunes, I'm sorry, but she told her to stay away from water, and that's where her body was found, in water. So that was pretty freaky. I was like, I didn't even know if somebody killed her or what did she kill herself. I didn't know. I thought it was the guy that was harassing Lindy. I thought they was all on flirtual again, but actually they wasn't on flirtual. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, so then they saw what? Oh, they saw another video because they got the camera that was on top of her dead body, but it was covered in water. But they retrieved some stuff from it, and they saw on the camera that Amy was like kissing up on the driver guy and all that, and that's how she got the camera, because she was like, "Are you taping it?" So then she took the camera from the wall, and she's like kissed up on him all that, but then like a scary man showed up in the back. It was like ah, and then they started screaming, and then the driver, he ran away and ran. She's like, "Where you going? Where you going?" And she's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "Oh my god! Oh my god!" And it's like screaming like ah, and all that. And so, cause the psychic lady, when the psychic lady was like spazzing, she was like telling a story about some like fictional, like some like ghost caught the stowaway, and then they was like, so they zoomed back on the guy with the mask on, and it was like, that's the stowaway, and it was like, oh my god, did a real ghost kill her? They actually thought a real ghost killed her. So then after that, there was like, yeah, they told the story about the stowaway and how the stowaway was on a ship. He was a boy that was on a ship that got locked in the engine room, and his friends left him in there forever until somebody found his mummified body. And so then he haunt any kids that go to the docks and go on that ship. So then they go and they try and find a driver, and they found the driver in like a motel, and he said that's a video just uploaded to his website, because it upload every 9 minutes, I think, if I'm correct. He said, and so they uploaded, and he saw the video, and it was Amy with the camera. She's like, oh my god, he's chasing me. And then she was on the ship, and she was running. She's like, guys. It was like some really screaming, shrieking noise, like, guys, oh my god, and then screaming and stuff. So then she was walking, and she like just went over. It was like, doof. Then she went overboard, and then they was like, she recorded her own murder, and it was like, about who or about what? It was like, and I was like, oh my god, I wouldn't think I'm on tape. And I was like, oh my god, she just died right on camera right there. And like the water, water was like up under, and like they showed like a cool, like she was up under the water. I don't know how she kept her eyes open. How did they keep your eyes open? How do they keep your eyes open when you're up underwater? I don't know how to do that. I don't even like being up underwater because I think I'm gonna drown. But anyway, she drowned to death too. But she was hit with a blunt force from an object, and that's how she hit her. When her head got hit, she fell up underwater. So then yeah. So then Lindy started putting together like, wait, what happened? So then Lindy started they went back to the ship, and Lindy started putting together like how this stuff happened. So she found out that Max, because they was, didn't they? Yeah. So then they went to the ship. They went to the ship that she was on, and they found the kids kids locked in the room, in a room. And it was like, oh my god, they locked them in there. So they talked to the kids, and it was like, yeah, Amy went away for 6 weeks from a family vacation, and then she all of a sudden she come back, she's friends with Max, and then Lindy was like, and it was like 6 weeks is a long vacation time, and Lindy was like, wait, they wasn't on vacation, because Lindy remembered that her sister Sarah, her parents sent her away for 6 weeks to a rehab facility for eating disorder. So she went and looked into Amy and Max's files, and saw that they went to the same rehab for the same stuff. I think Amy had depression or eating disorder, and he had depression, I think. So then they became friends. So when they became friends, they was like talking. So they made up the stowaway. They made up that whole story. So the whole thing was fake. Like the whole thing, they was just trying to scare their friends. And the whole night was planned for them just to scare their friends out, to make them freak out and all that. But then, come to find out, yeah, so then come to find out, when they found that, when they went back to the ship and they went and they started walking, it was a big old a big old chain. So then Tommy was like, and it was like, oh my god. So they saw that it was a pole right there, and actually it was an accident. Amy was not murdered. She tripped and fell and hit her head on the pole that was right there because her blood was on it, and she tripped and fell over into the water. So it was an accident. Nobody killed her. So then Max was at the top and he's like, Max, what are you doing? And then he was like, it was all my fault. It was all my fault because he planned the whole thing. He was the one with the Max on. He was the one that had the shriek playing through the like the megaphones that was on the ship and everything. So then he run and he go lock himself in the engine room. And he like break a gas tank, so now he's suffocating there with gas. So then Tommy was like, I'm the cop, Lindy, you leave. I'm the cop. I gotta save a life. And she's like, well, I got an idea. So she went up and she played a recording off her phone of Amy saying how much she loved Max, and she played in the microphone so the sound through the sound system, so Max can hear. So then Tommy's like, come out. So Tommy was trying to pry the door open with a pipe. So then Max eventually come out, and then Max knocked the pipe down on the ground, and the whole room go up in flames. So Lenny think they did, but then they come up and they survive the whole thing, and it was really crazy. And then what happened? So then at the end, what's his name? He go and what? Oh, Tommy asked the psychic because he wanted to sign a statement, but Tommy wanted her to finish her statement, but Tommy wanted her to see if what's her name was Sarah was where she went all that. So then all the psychic could say was Sarah, Lindy's sister Sarah, that she was alive. That's all she could say. But she said, I know you love that girl over there, and she's talking about Lindy. And then, I don't know what's gonna happen between Lindy and Tommy, but Ben was his best friend, and Ben was her boyfriend, and then Ben was killed. I don't know if Ben is dead yet. I don't know if his body was dead. They have his body, but I'm trying to figure out who the serial killer is. But it was nice for him to focus on something else other than that serial killer. But on the next episode, on the preview, they're gonna make a trap. They're gonna make a trap for the serial killer, so they can come and get him and trap him. But I think something wrong's gonna happen because they know that serial killer is smarter than than the serial killer. But I think it's a good episode. I like how it took away from that main focus of that serial killer. And they talked about something else a little bit because I didn't want them to just keep focusing on one thing, and it might get like a little bit boring. It might drag on, but I'm glad they did this, and I'm glad that this worked out like that. So, guys, this is the I Can Review season 1, episode 4. Like, share, comment, subscribe, share it to all the people, everybody you know, and all of the people from my candy in this box right here. It's not gonna be clickable because YouTube can't make it clickable no more. I'm probably gonna stop saying that. YouTube, please make it clickable again so they can click and go straight to it. But send it to them. Just paste or just type it into the Twitter thing. It's not too much. Don't be lazy, please. Just do it for me and send it to them, please. Comment. I like you guys. Some of you guys are commenting on my other reviews, and thank you. Please comment and give us more and more feedback. Tell us what you guys want us to do because we will be taking suggestions of what y'all want to do because we got like free time because we do like we do 4 reviews on this whole page, and so we do have some time in the week to do other things too, so you guys feedback us on that. This is Lina, and I am out. Peace out, my scouts.